excited to be starting a YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm so excited. I'm very nervous. I am very low in confidence. Like I don't know, I just can't seem to do videos. I find them really hard, but I'm definitely stepping out my comfort zone and super excited to be starting a YouTube channel and just discussing like my whole entire life and property. And I always get asked so many questions, so I just kind of want to use this platform to just share everything that's happened in the last 3 months, keep you up to date. I know there's property gurus out there that can tell you left, right and everything else, but I just want to tell you what it is from my experience and how I can help people, because I think it's so important to have a second income, have a third income, and just leverage kind of where other businesses or other side hustles and things like that can come into place, because it's so important, especially with COVID, to know that if you are ever put on furlough or made redundant, or you somehow or like something happens to you, or like you can no longer work, at least you've got some income coming in, which is super important. And for some reason I just found property. I didn't even mean to find it, but yeah, I just found property. A little bit about me is I actually started working when I was 17. I was quite fortunate that a couple of my friends at school wanted to do a lifeguard course, and I was 16 at the time and ended up doing a lifeguard course, and then started working when I was 17. I'm an October baby, so literally I started straight away. And I have just been able to kind of manage my time working with school, A-levels and things like that. I actually didn't get into the universities that I wanted to get into, and didn't get to do the degree that I actually wanted to do. I wanted to do sports and maths, but just didn't get the grades to do it. So I ended up taking a gap year. I ended up working. I was so fortunate to go to South Africa for five weeks. It's actually funny because I'm actually wearing the t-shirt from it, but no, there's no coincidences here. But it was amazing. I came back. I then retook 2 of my A-levels. So I retook biology and maths because I got 2 C's in that, then ended up getting 2 B's, which wasn't that much greater. But then in the summer I ended up going to Europe and went interrailing with one of my best friends, which was an amazing experience, and just getting to explore so many different cities. And I love traveling. I've definitely got the travel bug from that. But moving forward, I ended up going to university, went through clearing, went to Sheffield Hallam, which was an amazing university and wouldn't change it for the world. And I feel like everything does happen for a reason, right? And then once I graduated, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was going to all these interviews and I was just thinking, 20k, like I need to know so much and I literally don't know anything. And then I went to a graduate kind of recruitment company, and the guy basically was like, you should go into sales. And I was like, you know, sales has a negative connotation, like no one really likes a salesperson or anything like that. I ended up taking this like crazy job, which was basically like, you know, those people that sell outside, like literally selling outside, like selling to charities. I was one of these people, and I mean, it taught me so many things, but it just wasn't sustainable. I was constantly fatigued. I lost my voice. I was so ill for like literally 3 weeks. I couldn't speak. I was drinking day nurse, like it was like there was no tomorrow. It was just a horrible thing, but I did learn so much from it, and I'm so grateful for all of these opportunities that have happened. Even if I fail or if I don't do well at it, it leads on to other things. And then I finally got my first job for a legal publishing house, which was quite cool. I was an account manager there, and yeah, just slowly started to progress. But in the first couple of months, I basically stumbled across property from an Instagram story, one of my friend's Instagram stories, and he was at a seminar or something like that, and I was like, oh, what is that? And then he told me about the book Property Magic, started learning about that. I still remember my first networking session. So as part of the book, you basically get a free token to go to a networking session, and it honestly was so bad. My boyfriend at the time, who had literally just been dating, I dragged him along, and it was just such an awful experience. I don't know how I went back, but I started learning more and more about it, and then I basically told my 2 aunties who were also in property that I was doing this, and like this is what I wanted to do. I just had no idea. I didn't have any money. Like I just did not know. I was a graduate with like literally like minus 3k in a bank account because I'd literally been to America and Cambodia and Vietnam. So I'd been traveling a lot, so like all my money was spent traveling, and I literally just had zero money apart from the first paycheck that I just received in February. And yeah, so I learning about it, going to more networking meetings, and then my aunt presented me an opportunity and I couldn't refuse. Like the numbers were so good that I just couldn't refuse, and I was so grateful to my family to help me purchase that property. And there I was on the property ladder. And then ever since then I kind of took a bit of a break, and I'll go into it in kind of more detail with other videos and things like that, but I kind of took a little bit of a break in between. I was like kind of focusing on my career, didn't really know what I wanted to do. I ended up moving jobs and like really enjoying what I did, and I still enjoy what I do. And then it was kind of like one of those 50-50s. So I like do property part-time, how do I make it part-time, because it like everything that was sold to me wasn't like part-time. And obviously I do spend a lot of time in property now, but I do leverage a lot of things, which is like the most beautiful thing about property, is because you can be hands-on or hands-off as you want to be, as long as you build your systems. But anyways, fast forwarding kind of like 3 years time, I ended up going into business with my aunts where we purchased our first HMO, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, that's a little bit about me, but I'm really excited for you guys to join my channel, just me talking about property, showing you my properties, just talking about life and lifestyle and everything else. And yeah, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.